Okay, hello. Welcome back everyone. I'm Kevin from Kevin Pregnancy, and what you have here is, what I have here right in front of me is this, which is the Sony, which call this thing? 18 to 105mm f4. So this thing is now my A6400. Let me go take this thing off first. Yeah, got this body cap, one body cap. Let's take this guy off. So today I bought this out of curiosity and because I found one for a cheap price. So that's like always the reason why I buy things. If you're used to the channel, you might know. If you don't, then that's why I buy things mostly. Yeah, unless I'm like super intrigued, then I'll buy something at market price. So now for this lens, it is pretty big. It's like, let me show you my Nikon AF600. This big. The A6400 is this big. Shit, my phone's noisy. Yeah, you can also use your phone. So this is a 5.5 inch HTC U11. This is how the screen looks essentially. So that's like 5.5 inches if you ask the lens. So it's pretty big. This is, for me at least, pretty big and pretty heavy. My camera weighs over 1 kilogram with this thing. Way over, I mean, not only over but way over, because I'm also running a gauge and this is way bigger than any lens I have, I think. Then let's say, so in the box you should get one of these caps, one of these hoods, a cap, a rear lens cap, and pretty much everything else that usually comes with these lenses. So it's like the books that you get, then you get the, what you call that thing, the papers, the insurance card and stuff like that. So then let's see, this thing has 72mm filter thread, which is 7.2 cm wide, and this can fit my filter that I'm using on my, what you call this thing, Jupiter 3. That thing is not yet sold, so I'm still using that thing. Then this, I actually like it a lot because of the fact that I've used this thing before. So I actually have used a lot of Sony zooms. This thing included, not this very one, because this thing has a small dent on the front. These things are easy to dent, by the way, and easy to scratch. So if you're borrowing one from somebody else or like using it on a cable or something, be careful of the plate, because you might end up twisting the zoom and having some small scratch like this. This thing was like 99% from a cable, or having one of these things which are dents. I've used the Sony Zeiss 16 to 70mm, that's for APS-C. The 24 to 70mm, that's for, that's a Zeiss 24 to 70mm for full frame on A7S. I've then used the, what other Sony lenses have I used? I've used the 16 to 50, which is, I think, used by everyone, I think. Then I've also used the 50 and 35mm f1.8. I think that's like the scope of how many lenses from Sony I've tried. And this now I have to use in front of the camera, an 18 to 104. So actually, before I actually began the journey, I actually started at school like last year, I think. So that time I was like entered into some kind of competition, and I didn't know what the heck I would be using because I didn't have a camera or anything like that. I only had like an Olympus EPM1 and some CCTV lens, which is like dumb as heck. So then I bought an X5N, the white one, the old one, and I borrowed this and a Crane 2, I think, with the follow focus thingy, and I won third place. So then, because of that, I actually love the lens a lot, and especially for video. So this thing can zoom in and out with this power zoom thingy without having the lens actually extend. So on a gimbal, this is very useful, especially if you're having a light camera body. Unlike like the Sony Zeiss 24 to 70 on A7S, you can actually zoom in and the gimbal won't like droop down. But on like an X5N, on one of those Crane 2s, it will droop when you like zoom out. Zoom in. So with this, that eliminates the problem. It might shift a bit, because the optics actually move, but they move inside the lens, so they don't move outside the lens. Everything outside is pretty much in where it's supposed to be. Now next, if you actually take the lens up, flip it over, you might not hear it because of my AC, but this thing has the what you call this, the floating focus design. So essentially it has this one element in the back right here. Let me show you. Yeah, so if you do it over, see, oh, slowly, also here on the bottom, see, that's the focusing element. So in theory someone could actually make this thing a manual lens, but I'm not sure why, because this thing focuses really fast with the A6400. Let me go demonstrate. Yeah, so let's put this thing on the camera. So let me tell you about the rings. So the rings, this thing is the zoom ring, which is electronic. It's pretty smooth. Then you have this, which is the focus ring. And one thing I don't like about these rings is that they're like a bit too light. They feel like plastic on plastic without any grease, so they turn pretty lightly. I mean, you can sure use them pretty smoothly, but the stuff's a bit sticky, so it's like, see, you can actually go very smooth, but not that smooth because there's no grease in this thing, or at least I believe there's no grease or very little bit of it. So then let's put this thing back on to my body. Shit. There you go. So let's do this. Let's face the screen out. Let's see how I can do it. Yeah, so with the sketch you can actually grab the bottom of the screen. That's how I'm gonna do it. So let's see. Yeah, let's take the lens caps off. Okay, so for this you can probably see, let me try and zoom it in, yeah, by a bit. So let's try and focus on this guy. Let's see, let's put 18 cm as the minimum focus here. So let's try and focus it on the mouse. I think could be good. So wait. It's a bit too short. Let's use a Nikon AF600. Let me show you how fast the AF is. So as for the AF, it's like, for some reason these lenses don't beep when they focus on something short. I mean, like close, but they give you like this green dot right there, see? So if you can actually see, fast as hell. So okay, let's zoom out, put Nikon back out there, yeah. So it's pretty fast when focusing, and so it's pretty much it, I think, for zooming. Oh yeah, for the zoom you can actually use a toggle, which then zooms the thing in like this. I'm not sure if you can actually see it. Let's try zoom it in. So let's show you my keyboard keys. This thing has a minimum focus distance of 1 meter in its most zoomed in mode. That's why it's hunting right now, yeah. Then you can use this toggle to smoothly move. See? Then for everything else you can also use this zoom ring, which is a bit faster actually than toggle, and it's also very, very smooth. So then let's zoom again on the Canon. And things, I'm gonna sell this thing off because I plan to use this thing to replace my G7X. So I'm actually using a G7X to record this video, which is up here, yeah. And I thought, like, why would it be a good idea to like buy a zoom lens? Like a zoom has power zoom, will not extend, will not droop, because putting lenses on a tripod like the Nikon 24 to 120mm or the Tamron 18 to 200mm, those two lenses droop a lot. The, what you call this thing? The, what is that thing? That thing was called the Tokina 35 to 300mm. also had one of those. That thing also drooped a lot. So having something like this that does not droop is pretty cool. and it's pretty nice. Cause if you're doing a top-down setup, you don't want a zoom that actually extends, unless it's like the Sony Zeiss, that is the Sony Zeiss 16 to 17mm. I think that thing has not enough mass to like pull the lens out on its own and droop. That thing did not droop on me. So then, how I usually use this is probably by putting this hood onto this. So you put the stripe on the stripe, dot on the red bit. So put a stripe on the stripe, then turn the dot to the stripe, then torque it. There you go, nice. The mount's pretty solid. It doesn't move at all on the A6400. The cap is pretty shit actually. Like it rattles a lot, see? Like it rattles more than my keyboard spacebar. Look at this. So usually keyboard spacebars rattle a lot, and this thing, see? See? This is unacceptable. It's pretty rubbish. So yeah, shit, my phone's off again. So, I'm not sure why, but I think that it's something to do with the fact that this thing has lost one of the sides. I think that the one I used before was a bit more stiff, and thus had two of these like springy APS, what you call these things? Leaf springs, I think I'd call them, because this thing's floating actually. So if you find a way to like push it in and pull it out or something like that, you can like take the thing out. Oh, this thing's broken, so yeah, can't really do much with it anymore. So, but it still will hold on. It will not fall down unless you like pull it out. So it's gonna be okay. Next, yeah. So will I be using this thing? In a post-COVID world, I might. If I'm like going, actually I might not. You know, even if I'm going places, this thing will probably not be my go-to lens, because on foot, I'll probably take this guy, which is the Konica C35MF lens. This thing is a 38mm or 37mm, I forgot, f2.8 lens. This thing's awesome and only needs one finger to focus, see? And because of the fact that I don't need autofocus this fast, and I have a lot of primes, I'm not gonna take this. Like, you can take one of these. For the 18mm, you can take a Pentax 110 18mm. For the 24mm, you can get some kind of 24mm lens, which 24mm are pretty common actually. So you can get them off some oh, see this, the Nikon AF600. So that's a new project, still coming on the way though. Yeah, this project. This is a 28mm f3.5 lens. It's faster than this guy. It's probably not as sharp, but see the size difference. You can like fit this. This is like 38mm. See, 38mm f2.8. Then you have the what you call this thing? 18mm. 28mm f2.8. 3.5. Then you can bring those Pentax 110 lenses. Then you have, for the telephoto end, I have a Leica Hector P2, which is pretty big actually. The Pentax 110 70mm is pretty good, but you don't have, I don't know any like small compact 105mm lenses. But still, you can actually get a lot of stuff for this size. Like, if you want something faster than this, which has more character, vintage character obviously, in this time, yeah, get this. And this is like LTM lens, yeah. So this thing is LTM. You can put, I'm adapting this Nikon to LTM. So what you have is not this, but cut it like this bit. So it's only like this thing. See, that's how thick the lens is. So you can like have baguette slots, and it'll still take less space than this for this kind of zoom range, and it's still gonna be faster than the lens itself. The only thing you get with this is if you're videoing yourself, you can actually have autofocus, but I'm not sure why someone would take this thing over a Sony 10 to 18mm. See, so Yeah, that's my conclusion, I think. So if you can get primes, get primes. They're way cheaper. This thing I got for like 75,000 rupiah, which is like $3. The focusing ring is 3D printed. I mean the adapter ring is 3D printed, so it's way cheaper than that. But you actually have to use your brains, because if you buy the wrong lens from the wrong camera, you can't adapt it. So you actually have to like do the research, adapt it properly, flange it properly until everything fits. It will take more time to start, but honestly I take primes any day more than one of these zooms. Image quality wise, these things are pretty good, because I've used one and won an actual competition, which is awesome. But for me to buy, no, I'm probably not. Wait. These things actually sell really fast. So if you're gonna sell lenses again, like use for a while then sell, if you're that type of person, you can actually buy these, because these things sell way faster than anything I have. Like this thing I've had for like more than a month, and it's not sold. Then talking about projects, how long they take? This thing came in January, and it's still not done. Then the Ashika came in December, and that thing's still not done. Well, this thing's from December actually. This thing came with the Yashica, so yeah, that's how long things actually progress when you're going on with custom lenses. Because obviously I have to buy like parts from this place right here, then you get this bit from here and everything like that, so it gets jumped up and stuff. And so yeah, instead of rambling about custom lenses and why they're better than this, I think I should cut the video off. Thank you for watching, hopefully you like it, and let's say goodbye. Oh yeah, wait. So let me show you something else that's interesting. So this thing, yeah, they said that this thing has like a, what you call this thing? They said Sony said that this thing has like a circular aperture blade set, which I'm not sure, but let's try it. So let's put into A. Wait, let's put this thing here, yeah. F4, Fn, manual focus. Let's focus it in, and let's see what I can do. So this is not very bokeh, obviously, because it's an F4 lens. What else would you expect? Let's see now if I can actually make circular bokeh balls. So let's push this thing to F8 maybe, and let's see how bokeh the balls are. I'm not sure if you can actually make bokeh, but oh yeah, then you can see the flare, which is pretty odd, like some lightsaber flare. Look at this, see? So let's try zooming in. Shit. Okay, so let's move this guy forward. See? Well, lightsaber flare. Pretty cool, but pretty odd also at the same time, yeah? So it's not very, I mean, I'm not sure if it's actually circular, so let's try and shine this guy. Maybe that'll make for circular bokeh. Not sure how it looked, but there you go. So then I'm gonna show you some sample footage if I can. If I can't, then that's it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.